What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video on the Fearless Nick YouTube channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over my 2022 AFL Grand Final tip/prediction. And obviously, as well as that, like we always do, we're going to be going back over my Prelim Final tips from last week and seeing how I went. Obviously, this is the last tipping video for the year, so make sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe. I've been really appreciating the support on the last couple of videos. So, yeah, if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, now is your time to do so. Anyways, without further ado, yeah, let's get stuck in it. So obviously, before we get into my grand final predictions, we're going to be going back over my prelim finals tips from last week, starting off on the Friday night with Geelong and Brisbane, where the Cats pretty much torched Brisbane, or after quarter time, pretty much. It was pretty much, it was a pretty one-sided contest. The Cats got out to a big lead, and then Brisbane just couldn't wrestle it back. I don't know if Brisbane's nightmares at the MCG have fully gone yet. I think that'll stick in their mind for a while, but the Cats were just too good after quarter time. Like I said, they were the much classier side, and yeah, it just didn't look like Brisbane had what it took to keep up with Geelong. Dangerfield was brilliant. Hawkins could have kicked about 8 goals. I think he kicked 4 goals for, but yeah, the Cats were too strong for the Lions at the MCG. And yeah, the Cats move on to a grand final. They're second in 3 years, I believe. So, yeah, good on the Cats. They advance to another grand final, and they don't choke a prelim this time, which is good to see. And the second preliminary final, the other prelim final, was obviously between the Swans and Collingwood at the SCG. It's fair to say this was the much better game out of the two. The Swans looked like they were pretty cruisy that first half. They looked pretty calm, even maybe the first 3 quarters, but obviously we all know Collingwood gave them a huge scare in that last quarter, and really made a game of it, which was good to see because we like close finals, and that was probably one of the best prelim finals we've watched probably since the Bulldogs GWS game, or maybe even the Collingwood GWS game back in 2019. But yeah, that was a brilliant final. But nonetheless, the Swans advanced to a grand final as well. They haven't been in a grand final, obviously, since 2016, and we obviously all know what happened. Yeah, disappointing for Collingwood to go out by 1 point after they've been so good in the close games all year. But yeah, fair play to Sydney. They held on. They did go quite defensive, the Swans, in that last quarter. I feel like they went really defensive, which probably suited Collingwood a little bit more because they were the ones attacking, and they were naturally going to get back in it when Sydney were playing like that. Yeah, the Swans advanced to a grand final spot, knocking out the Pies by 1 point. So unfortunately, Collingwood fans, the dream is over this year, but that's not to say you can't go again next year. But so overall, for my prelim finals tips, I got a perfect score of 2 out of 2. So that's really great to see. So my perfect score all year, and it ended up coming in the finals. So yeah, I didn't get a 9 out of 9, but I'll definitely take a perfect score in the finals, considering there's been a lot of upsets. But with all of that out of the way, let's move on to my grand final prediction. Alright, so here we are. This is what everyone's been waiting for. My 2022 AFL grand final tip and prediction. On Saturday, the 24th of December at 2:30 PM, bounce down time at the MCG, it is Geelong up against the Sydney Swans in the 2022 AFL Grand Final. This should be an unreal Grand Final. I will be very disappointed if this Grand Final is a blowout, because these two sides have been probably the best two sides in the comp as of probably the last few rounds. Yeah, the Cats coming into this game with, I think, a 14-game winning streak. I think it'll be 15 if they beat Sydney on Saturday. It's just crazy to think, because every year Geelong get written off, and they're just always there. They're always making prelims. This year a grand final. Yeah, they never fail to disappoint, Geelong. So yeah, crossing over to the Sydney point of view, they're coming into this, I think, with 6 or 7 games winning streak in a row, potentially even 8. I can't remember, but yeah, it's been a fair while since the Swans lost a game. I think it was actually the Essendon game was the last one they lost, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, the Swans are also coming into this with red hot form. They'll be confident, especially after beating Collingwood twice and also Melbourne twice. They're going to be confident. Yeah, obviously when these two faced off earlier in the year, I believe it was at the SCG, the game Buddy kicked his 1000th goal. You saw the scoreboard of that game. The Swans absolutely steamrolled Geelong in that game. However, I don't think it will be the same result. Not saying Sydney won't win. I'm just saying it's probably going to be it should be a lot closer. I mean, like I said, I'd be very disappointed if this was a blowout, to be honest, because this has all the makings for a great grand final. I know we say it every year. We said it last year with the Bulldogs in Melbourne. Look how that turned out. That was 74 points. But yeah, I'm really hoping we get a close, tight contest. Obviously, it's going to be a neutral ground at the MCG. Yeah, it's going to be a great spectacle. Footy's back where it belongs at the MCG. Yeah, in terms of this game, I feel like this game is going to be a very tight, contested game because obviously Geelong, they're probably the best defence/attack in the competition. They have been for a number of weeks now. Whereas Sydney, they're definitely up there in terms of attack. Their defence has really improved this year. Guys like the McCartan boys, Dane Rampy, and yeah, the Cats, what can you say? Hawkins and Cameron are just unstoppable up forward. De Koning, Stewart, all these guys down back, just absolute stars. And then you got the likes of Dangerfield, Selwood, Guthrie, Smith. Yeah, like I said, this should be a very tight, contested game. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go to this game because I will be away. I'll be gone on the Friday, and then I'll get back on like the Monday or Tuesday. So I won't be able to watch this game. I'll be watching it from the Gold Coast. So, yeah. But in terms of this game, I don't know. I could see this going either way, if I'm going to be honest. There's been a lot of upsets this final series, which is something a little bit different and something a bit fresh. But it's fair to say the Cats have almost, apart from the Collingwood game, they've pretty much walked this final series. So have the Swans, to be fair, apart from obviously the Collingwood game last week. I feel like it's Geelong's to lose because they've been so dominant for so long. But I feel like Sydney, they're sort of Geelong's bogey side. I think I said it in my finals predictions. I actually predicted Sydney to beat Geelong in the prelim. I just said, yeah, Sydney seemed to be Geelong's bogey side. So if there's any team to beat Geelong, it's probably Sydney. You know, it is the last game of the year. There's nothing to lose. Should I go and upset and tip Sydney? They play very well at the MCG. Yeah, don't rule off the Swans. I can see many arguments for Geelong. It wouldn't surprise me if Geelong came out and steamrolled them, which I hope doesn't happen. I hope it's a close game, like I said. But I don't know, I'm feeling a bit Sydney here. I don't know why. I'm kind of tempted to tip Sydney in this one. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of tempted. It's just the record at the MCG is what I'm getting at here with Sydney. I feel like they could cause some real damage. They haven't lost at that ground, I think, since the Essendon game. So I think I'm going to tip Sydney. I don't know why. Maybe just because, like I said, Sydney have been Geelong's bogey side. They smashed them early in the year, albeit that was at the SCG. But the Swans' record at the MCG is the one thing that's making me lean towards Sydney in this game. So you know what? I'm going to go with Sydney to win the grand final this year. In a very, very close, tight, contested game. I'm going to tip Sydney to win the grand final by 8 points. And my Norm Smith medalist will be Luke Parker. I'm going to predict Luke Parker to win the Norm Smith and the Swans to win the grand final. I think that is what I'm going to go with. Just because it's at the MCG, like I said, the Swans' record there has been very impressive. They smashed Melbourne there a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to back the Swans in to win the grand final. So there we go, guys. That was my 2022 AFL grand final predictions. So remember to comment down below your predictions in the comments below. I love seeing all those comments. Comment down below your premiers and your Norm Smith, like you've already just seen mine. Obviously, this is the last tipping video, like I said, so make sure to give it a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Every subscription means the world and it helps the channel grow a lot. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!